Elon has in the past claimed you shorted Tesla, and I wonder if there's any truth to that.
Well,
So you're not short Tesla stock, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't talk about my investments, but.
And are you shorting Tesla? I mean, that's his sort of underlying concern.
It's possible that the stock went down and whoever shorted the stock made money. I don't know.
In this video, is Bill Gates trying to destroy Tesla or just his personal reputation and legacy? Let's find out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store, so check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. From Elon Musk on Twitter, quote, "What a dick move." We'll come back to this tweet in just a moment. But first, just to remind everybody of this extremely important tweet from Elon Musk about 1 month ago, in case you need to lose a boner fast. By the way, can somebody, seriously, please explain to me, why does a pregnant man emoji exist? I'm a little bit confused. I mean, I know we've got unicorns and so maybe mythical creatures, but I am actually genuinely confused. This is a pregnant man emoji, not a skinny fat man emoji, believe it or not. If anyone knows why this pregnant man emoji exists other than to troll Bill Gates, please let me know. So let's take a very quick trip down memory lane. The question I want to pose before we watch these few very short clips of Bill Gates dodging questions and failing to provide a straight answer when questioned directly about anything, the question I want you to ask yourselves is Bill Gates a trustworthy human being? Does Bill Gates seem to be somebody who is driven by a need to be honest, to have integrity, or would Bill Gates be more at home in the political system? Does he display any characteristics of a typical Washington swamp creature? I'll let you guys and girls decide. This is Bill Gates responding to whether or not he's short Tesla stock, or ever has been.
Now, I understand you own a Porsche electric car yourself. Elon has in the past claimed you shorted Tesla, and I wonder if there's any truth to that.
I think Tesla's an amazing company. I wish I'd, been more on the long side, but it's great. And I have lots of relatives who own Teslas that I've helped buy for them. So, nothing but positive thoughts about Tesla and its role.
If you happen to be a body language expert, actually, if you're a body language moron, you'd probably also notice Bill Gates squirming uncomfortably when directly asked whether or not he's short Tesla stock. In essence, the interaction we just saw went something like this. "Hey Stephen, is it true that my girlfriend sucked your dick?" To which I respond, I have a great deal of admiration for your relationship with your girlfriend, and you're a great person, and your girlfriend is great as well, and I really wish I had maybe filmed the encounter. So nothing but admiration, and I wish you all the best. And I don't really talk about my sort of personal encounters with people's girlfriends, but your girlfriend is great. She's a real champ, and no comment. Before we get any further, the question I'd like to ask is, did Bill Gates' response seem to be genuine? Seem to be honest? Did it seem like he was maybe hiding something? Perhaps concerned more about the reputational damage of answering honestly than actually providing an honest answer? I don't know, I'm just asking out loud. It's a good thing there aren't any other examples of Bill Gates dodging the same question about whether or not he's short Tesla stock, right?
Tesla CEO Elon Musk was recently on Joe Rogan's podcast and speculated that Bill Gates was shorting Tesla stock. So I asked Bill Gates to set the record straight.
I think what Elon's done with Tesla is fantastic. It's probably the biggest single contribution to showing us that electric cars are part of how we solve climate change. And now he's got a carbon removal challenge. So we need more Elon Musks. We need one for steel and cement and all the different categories.
So you're not short Tesla stock, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't talk about my investments, but I think he should be very proud of what he's done.
Tell you what, if Bill Gates ever gets tired of being a philanthropist and the world's #1 expert on matters of personal health, he'd have a great career as a US press secretary. believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I do actually have a point, so stick with me. In fairness, let's give Bill Gates one final opportunity to directly answer the question, hey Bill, are you or have you ever been short Tesla stock?
But talking of crazy stuff, he's tweeted about you recently a little bit. I mean, how do you respond to that?
That doesn't bother me.
And are you shorting Tesla? I mean, that's his sort of underlying concern.
It's possible that the stock went down and whoever shorted the stock made money. I don't know.
The kind of awkward response was that?
Did it go down in the last month?
I have not
don't
been
know.
following Tesla stock. It goes up and down.
I don't think whether one's short or long Tesla is a statement about your seriousness about climate change.
So let's talk about this. From a hyperlogical, ultra-rational point of view, this is a reasonable statement from Gates. It is possible, theoretically, to make an incredibly moronic investment decision, shorting Tesla stock. How's betting against Elon Musk worked out in the past, folks? And still care enormously about climate change. Some people will call Bill Gates a hypocrite for shorting Tesla stock, and others will say, hey, whatever, it's just an investment decision. He's probably not even the one deciding what to short and what to go long anyway. But this is a very valuable lesson in one's ability to read the room, or in the case of Bill Gates, an inability to read the room. The optics of being short Tesla stock to the tune of around $500 million is just not a good look. For somebody who cares so much, at least says they care so much about climate change, you would think somebody in the close circle of Bill Gates would have enough common sense to go, hey Bill, even if this may potentially be a useful short position according to your genius investment advisors, the same ones who told him to diversify out of Microsoft, spoiler alert, if he didn't, Gates would be far and away the world's wealthiest person today. Elon wouldn't even be close. So congratulations to Gates investment advisors thus far. But the optics here are just horrible. It's stunning to me that nobody is able to go, hey Bill, obviously you can't quite read the room here, but maybe we don't go short Tesla stock because it's not going to be a good look. You claim to be investing XYZ amount in climate change. You really care about this, yet at the same time, you have a $500 million short position against a company that's done more for climate change than any other. Probably not a good idea, Bill. But for whatever reason, Bill Gates currently resides in La La Land and is completely oblivious to the poor optics of this decision.
I'm putting billions of dollars into climate change innovation. I applaud Tesla's role in helping with climate change. And I have nothing but positive things to say about Elon. If he makes Twitter worse, fine. I'll speak out about that. But I wouldn't assume that's what's going to happen.
So what's the saying? 3 strikes, you're out. We've seen Bill Gates strike out 3 times in a row now, failing to answer a simple question. Hey, Bill, are you short Tesla stock? Have you ever been short Tesla stock? Of course, this is the narrow exception to the rule in which Bill Gates is unwilling to just be honest and transparent. There's no other examples of Bill Gates failing to answer questions honestly when asked, are there?
Frankly, there were allegations of extramarital affairs, and when she was asked about that in the interview, she said that is a question that Bill needs to answer. So here you are now. Did that happen? Were you unfaithful in your marriage? Is that one of the reasons there was a divorce?
I certainly made mistakes, and I take responsibility. I don't think delving into the particulars at this point is constructive, but yes, I caused pain, and I feel terrible about that.
Get this man a job in politics ASAP. The puzzling thing here is it's quite obvious Bill Gates knows what he's done or doing is wrong and hence has an unwillingness to actually flat out admit it. Unwilling to admit that he's been short Tesla stock because deep down he knows, he feels that the optics are bad, it's not a good look. It seems rather hypocritical. And asked whether or not there was infidelity in his marriage, his ex-wife Melinda Gates taking the high road saying, look, you'll have to ask Bill, and good on her for not just throwing the dude under the bus. And then when Bill is asked directly, he verbally dodges the question, but all of his non-verbal communication clearly says, yes, there was infidelity in the marriage. I did cheat on my wife. I admit it. And now, back to that tweet from Elon Musk. What a dick move. Let's scroll up and find out what Elon's talking about. Quote, Bill Gates poured millions into dark money fund attacking Elon Musk. Could this have anything to do with Bill's unwillingness to discuss whether or not he's ever been or is currently short Tesla stock? Perhaps concern that directly answering the question might cause people to ask more questions about his thoughts on Elon Musk and Tesla, look into some of his investment decisions, where his money's going, any organizations he's influencing or contributing to? Could that be a reason that Bill was so guarded and unwilling to say what was painfully obvious? By the way, Bill, Bill, I don't think there's a single person on planet Earth, even a 3-year-old child, who wouldn't have known the answer to every question when you were asked, you short Tesla stock? Your non-verbal response said yes every time. Did you cheat on your wife? Again, everybody knows the answer, which makes it all the more puzzling as to why Bill wouldn't just admit the truth. Unless he was trying to hide and obscure something like this. So here we are over on Breitbart. Hope I didn't butcher the name there. Quote, exclusive. Bill Gates poured millions into dark money fund attacking Elon Musk. Sounds salacious. Research exclusively shared with Breitbart News identifies hundreds of millions of dollars flowing from Bill Gates Foundation to 11 of the 26 organizations that signed an open letter last month, urging Twitter advertisers to boycott the company if Elon Musk restores free speech on the platform. Now, assuming that this is true without reading any further, I just have one question. What the actual No, seriously, we really need to talk about this. Last month, 26 organizations signed a letter. For some reason, they have a problem with free speech and people being able to freely share their thoughts, opinions, and ideas in the global town square, aka Twitter. The first question to ask is why? What do these organizations, or more likely, the funders of these organizations, have to lose if they lose control of the one true narrative? Why on earth would anyone oppose the ability for people to freely share their thoughts, opinions, and ideas, to encourage discussion and debate, the changing of one's mind and opinions? Why would anyone, doesn't have an agenda, a nefarious one at that, oppose this? Good question, Stephen. Unfortunately, the only answer I can think of is, well, nefarious motivations. But that's not the real mindfuck. The real mindfuck here is that 11 out of the 26 organizations, this is approaching 50%, have received contributions from Bill Ultra Trustworthy Gates. Let's continue to read the article and see if we can figure out what the actual fuck is going on. We already know what's going on, but hey, let's play along at home. Breitbart News' report, based on research and analysis from the newly formed Foundation for Freedom Online, analysed public filings to trace hundreds of millions of dollars in contributions from the letter signatories back to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In total, 11 of the 26 anti-Musk organizations receive funding from a Gates-backed entity. Again, please, just what the actual fuck? If it was 1 or 2, you go, oh yeah, whatever. 11 out of 26? My spidey sense tells me there's definitely something to look into here. The new venture fund, which in 2020 received the largest one-year commitment the Gates Foundation had made in more than half a decade, funds 4 of the signatories: the Center for Media Justice, the Media Democracy Fund, the National Hispanic Media Coalition via the Media Democracy Fund, and Accountable Tech. Media. It's almost as if these foundations have an interest in controlling the one true narrative propagated in the mainstream media, aka the predominantly, I'm going to say it, fake news. Nothing to see here. The Tides Foundation, also a recipient of Gate Foundation money, funds 5 of the signatories. Free Press, oh here we go, more media. Isn't this amazing? Indivisible, NARAL, Pro-Choice America, Media Matters. Now, I've never heard of this Black Lives Matter global network before. Let's just do a quick Google here. I've never heard of this organization. The others, generally speaking, seem to be related to press and media. Again, control the one true narrative, but let's do some digging to try and understand what is this Black Lives Matter global network. Okay, what is this? Black Lives Matter leader condemns allegations. Okay, A Black Lives Matter activist charged with fraud who claims she was paid no salary is accused of paying herself $170,000 from her. Okay, nothing to see here. BLM activist leader of Boston nonprofit faces fraud charges for... That's a bit... Black Lives Matter is imploding in scandal. Black Lives Matter co-founder used charity funds to pay her brother and child's father eye-watering sums of... Nothing to see here. Black Lives Matter secretly bought a $6 million house. BLM and Theranos, a tale of two frauds. The California Department of Justice has also threatened to hold the founders of BLM personally liable for all missing financial records. Man spent donations to Black Lives Matter on himself. Black Lives Matter scam. Obviously, none of those headlines are credible and all of those comments and allegations are completely false, so it sounds like a reputable organisation. And remember, if you don't agree, you're a racist. 2 other signatories are tied to Gates Foundation money: Empowering Pacific Islanders Community and Repro Action. The open letters connection to the billionaire Microsoft founder is significant, as Gates is in the middle of a public feud with free speech advocate Musk. Last month, Gates revealed his $500 million short position against Musk-owned Tesla. That's right, Bill Gates on the record has admitted a $500 million short position against Tesla stock. Really not a good look, Bill. Prompting Musk to call Gates a boner killer alongside a meme of Gates as a pregnant man emoji. Gates is also an outspoken censorship proponent, frequently calling on tech companies to do more to stop health misinformation that could harm Bill Gates' pharmaceutical investments Sorry, I had something in my throat. Spreading online. Musk threatens to reverse Gates' strongly desired censorship policies and now faces the wrath of Gates-founded NGOs. Recently, Musk asked his 94 million Twitter followers to uncover the funding behind the 26 NGOs who signed an intimidation letter threatening to destroy the company's advertising revenue if Musk reversed its censorship policies. Musk followed up his request by highlighting one particularly shadowy group, Accountable Tech, musing, "I wonder who funds them." His curiosity was prompted by a Washington Free Beacon investigation into Accountable Tech, which sought to get to the bottom of the non-profit's financial sponsorship. The Free Beacon visited Accountable Tech's corporate office in Washington and concluded the organization doesn't, quote, actually exist. Interesting. Rather, Accountable Tech was merely a registered trade name for the North Fund, a shape-shifting non-profit group that uses aliases to push an array of left-wing causes from a shell office in Washington, D.C. Nothing to see here. Via the Free Beacon. Free Beacon then spoke with Caitlin Sutherland, the executive director of the watchdog, Americans for Public Trust, who identified North Fund as receiving significant capital infusions from two further non-profits, the 1630 Fund and the New Venture Fund. Feel free to pause the video and continue reading. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. What is known about New Venture Fund's dark money funding is this. It is backed by hundreds of millions of dollars from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Per FFO's analysis, disclosure files for the Gates Foundation grantee list shows a whopping 102 separate cash grants to or through New Venture Fund, totaling an incredible $457 million since 2008. Again, feel free to pause. I'll put a link in the description to this full article if you want to look through this in detail. Philanthropy watchdog Sludge noted that the $70 million in cash grants it identified from the Gates Foundation to New Venture Fund in 2020, just in 1 year, $70 million, is the single largest one-year contribution that the Gates Foundation has made to any other single grantee since 2014, and its second largest ever. It almost seems that this was a really important thing. So important that it's the second largest contribution from the Gates Fund ever. I wonder what could possibly be so important, other than controlling the one true narrative, that is. That figure may be even higher. Influence Watch reports 126 million in 2020, while FFO corroborated at least 85 million that year from public records. Per FFO, Gates funding dropped all the way down to 11 million for 2021, after the 2020 election cycle ended. Nothing to see here. The sharp pullback in funding after the 2020 election makes sense, given the political nature of the New Venture Fund's work. It is the parent organization for what has been described as one of the largest pro-democrat dark money groups in America, the 1630 Fund, which happens to be another mega donor to anti-Musk signatory Accountable Tech. Once again, pause the video if you want to read this in full. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, don't want this to be too long. That means Gates' biggest one-year act of charity in more than half a decade, while running the world's largest philanthropy network, was functionally a pass-through payoff to surrogates of the Joe Biden 2020 presidential election campaign. Nothing to see here. So much for ending AIDS, world hunger and disease. By the numbers, the Gates Foundation's top priority seems to be electing Democrats. Please don't think about that too much. Musk recently announced he'll be voting Republican for the first time in 2022. On top of his stated intention to reverse a half-decade of creeping censorship on Twitter, that puts him square in the path of Gates' philanthropic freight train of paid political proxies. What a line. Bill Gates is funding a veritable NGO army, and it is zeroing in on Elon Musk. I guess the question I'd like to ask everyone watching at home is Bill Gates trying to destroy Tesla, Elon Musk, free speech, or his reputation and legacy? Spoiler alert, too late for the latter. Let me know in the comments below. And I guess to bring this full circle back to Elon's tweet, something doesn't quite seem right here, but I'm going to read it anyway. In case you need a Microsoft fast. What does that mean, Microsoft? I don't understand. So I think the moral of the story here is Bill Gates is an extremely honest and trustworthy man. There's absolutely nothing to see regarding where money from the Gates Foundation is going. There's no coordinated attempt to attack, discredit, quiet, silence Elon Musk, damage Tesla. Bill Gates is just trying to make the world a better place, and I, for one, applaud him for doing so. As I continue to point out, ladies and gentlemen, this is one very, very deep rabbit hole, and I look forward to exposing what's beneath the surface. You ain't seen nothing yet, so stick around. And just finally, don't forget you can support the channel and gain access to a load of exclusive content by joining Patreon with the card in the corner or the link at the pinned comment. This is where you'll first hear many ideas that eventually turn into videos on the main channel. There's well over 100 exclusive Q&As on loads of topics, plenty of stuff I can't discuss here on YouTube, plus you'll gain instant access to my Tesla price targets, loads of exclusive content and perks, so I'll see you over there. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.